I
They
have two.
should be here.
I have two people waiting. Do you want me to open the room?
Yeah, it's Cindy and Colin.
Okay, perfecto. Give me 1 second. Good morning.
Hey there.
Hi, how are you? Nice meeting you.
Good to meet you. Sorry, I thought I was in the wrong room or something. I was like, wait, you guys are all on, but I
Oh,
can't.
I can't hear anybody else other than you. Interesting.
No, there is someone called Colin McBride, and then we have Sane. Sane, is that your name or it's a nickname?
It's for Cynthia. It's short. Nickname.
Okay. And where are you, Cynthia?
How are you? What's that?
Where are you? What city?
Where am I? Sorry, Washington.
Oh, she was calling in. She
Oh,
was.
Washington. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
My name is Christina, so I'm gonna let Isaac to start the meeting,
Okay.
and then I'll intervene. And
Yeah, definitely. Is Colin there too? Colin should be here.
yeah,
He was asking me.
she's here. He or she is here.
Cynthia is there, but what about Colin? Okay.
It's also in the meeting.
Brother. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, great. Now we got the 4 participants. So can you let me make sure? Okay. I don't know if Colin has sound. Colin, can you hear?
Somebody.
I see him there.
Yes. Is he there?
Yeah, now I see. I see you, Cindy. Also. I think I can see you also.
You can see me? Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, for the first time. Yeah. It's great. And Colin, are you there, buddy? Let me text him, make sure he's there.
Yeah.
He is here, Isaac.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe he needs to unmute himself. He's probably muted.
I just want to make sure that he can hear, because I know he had some questions and stuff, and he was preparing for the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
As well, so. Okay. All right. Let's see what he's saying. I'm here. Yes, I can hear you, but okay.
Hear him.
All right. At least you can hear me for now. So.
Okay.
When you have a chance, Colin, you're welcome to respond. Yeah. So I could do a brief introduction first, and then maybe share a little bit of background, I guess. But Colin actually I've known for a long time. I've known him for probably over 15 years. I think we met on Facebook initially. We just hit it off as brothers with long hours conversations, and got to know each other more through talking a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, and Cindy I met through Colin.
The sound.
Right? Cindy, is that what I mentioned?
Can you hear us, Isaac?
Cynthia.
It's my son. Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me. The sound should be good.
Isaac, are you there?
Yeah.
He's here?
Yeah. We can hear you, Isaac.
I couldn't hear.
Okay.
That's weird. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't hear anything now from Isaac. But I hear you, Christina. I don't hear Isaac. It's very strange.
Yes, I met Cindy through Colin as well, and we also hit it off. And they're both very spiritual and wonderful people and open-minded. So, I think we see the value of the opportunity that we have from what I've shared. I'm gonna walk somewhere with the listeners, but from what I've shared so far, and Christina I met through a previous company that I was involved with, and she was also in that company, and we both had some some success in the company, but when she joined Active, she was elevated to much higher success and became one of the first and top earners in the company. And after almost a decade of experience with Active, she has a lot of experience, and she's here to help us answer any of your questions and show support, as she's my enroller in the business. So she's here for us and to help you answer your questions.
Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna take over because I seem like Isaac has some network issues right now. But thank you for your time. I'm in California, and I see that Cynthia says that she's in Washington. I don't know what Colin is. Configure the audio out. I'm on a Mac Mini. Can you hear us though, Colin? He's chatting with me right now. I don't know what you know at this point. So Isaac, do you want me to do a formal presentation, or this is something for me to just answer questions? What do they know of what you and I are associated with, and what do we do?
Yeah, that's a great question. Cindy, I'm not sure how far I'm going to be from. I know Colin is gone. Information more that I've sent him, regarding the company background, about oxidative stress, about the comp plan. So, Cindy, what we can help you, what you would like to know more about. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I heard you. Cynthia, have you have any information
you
about
did.
our company and our technology and what we're doing?
So I have some information from
Okay.
what I think had shared with me previously, and I have an idea, familiarity somewhat. But unfortunately, I cannot hear him on the call here, but I can hear you. So
Okay.
Yes.
I always think that, putting information visually makes more sense when I'm talking, especially because of my accent. But that also takes a lot of time. So how long do you guys have for this meeting? Between 20, 30 minutes is my time. How about you guys?
That's about what I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
hmm
Okay, and I know now that Colleen also are hearing us. So let me share my story really quick with you guys, and then I'll share some images that will make sense when I'm talking about the business. So I was a news reporter, and I did great. I was, the top of my game, and I loved it. But I had little kids, and I didn't want to be a news reporter or anything else. I just wanted to be home with my kids. Unfortunately, I knew I had to get separated from the father of my kids. So I was praying for an opportunity to be able to be a single present mom, which was very odd and weird and very hopeful, and have the finances of a journalist. So I think I prayed so much that God provided me with a platform, with an opportunity of introducing a technology to market that people didn't know it exists. And in my head was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of what I do. I just share information. Now, how can I capitalize from this information that I have and people, my surroundings don't know it exists? So the platform pretty much provided a compensation plan for me to share the information and distribute this technology to the world. So I learned how to do that for 5 years, and I was associated with the best scientists in the market that were part of introducing a new trend. What people don't know is that science keeps advancing, and there are technologies that are already available to us, and we just don't have that information. And the way I like to explain it is, I live in California. I live in the Northern California area, and I'm 2 hours away from Palo Alto. And when we hear Palo Alto, California, I don't know about you, but I think of Google and Facebook and Amazon and all these high tech companies that have started in the last 20 years that I've lived here. And in my mind, it's always the comparison of, okay, I didn't know when they started. And if I knew when they started, no one invited me to share the capital market, to introducing these type of technologies that disrupted the way we invest, the way we communicate, the way we buy things, the way we share things, the way we investigate things, right? So I was like, what if I would have been part of a disruptive technology? What if I would have been part of those companies that are only 2 hours away from me? And in my head was like, okay, this is about networking. This is about building networks of information that we get to give the people something they don't know it exists, and we get to capitalize on it. So it's like trade of information for, in this case, financial freedom and time freedom. And that concept, it was odd because I was used to exchanging time for money as a news reporter. But the more I analyze the idea, because of the need that I have to be a present mom and to have finances that support me being a present single mom, I was really open. And it made more sense and more sense every time someone share their story or share the information of how to achieve that. So to make the story very, very short, I've been doing this for the last 13 years because of someone sharing the information with me of something that existed I didn't know, the masses didn't know. And by the pure grace of God, I've been able to be part of an organization that produces a $50 million business in a yearly basis, and my financial freedom changed. I retired from journalism 3 years after hearing this information, and I have accomplished my dream of being a single stay-at-home mom, being able to travel the world with my kids and having a life that my previous career would have never supported financially. So the reason I'm saying this is because what we're doing works. In this case, not only for me. I share the information with around 60 people, 70 people in the last 13 years. 6 of them actually, it makes sense for them. They started doing what I'm doing, and they also changed their financial life, and they found time freedom, and they retire in the early 30s, in the early 40s, and are able to be present with their families. So I continue doing this because I'm passionate about changing people's lives. And it's not a quick rich scam. That's why I always emphasize it took me years to get to where I am. And it's a process where people take years to find their definition of success. My definition of success was achieved 3 months, 4 months later, when $400, $500 opened the window of showing me, okay, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're not only going to stay home with your kids, but you can change their financial life as well. So what is it? What is that I found and that Isaac is so excited to share with you, to see if this is for you? This is not for everyone, but if it's for you, we would love to work with you. So I'm gonna share my screen really quick, and I'm gonna go to an element of information that it's very accessible to all of you. If you're hearing me right now on YouTube Live or in this meeting, and I'm going to go to actives.com. Can you guys see my screen? So I'm not doing any PowerPoint presentation right now. Again, if you go to actives.com, you're gonna see the same information, and I'm gonna highlight what made a lot of sense to me to put my time and pursue a career that, again, retire me and gave me the time and financial freedom to be part of the 1% pretty much in the world. Now, the technology that we're introducing to market is under the category of epigenetics. If you haven't heard of epigenetics, that's amazing. That's great, because 99% of the population haven't heard of the epigenetic concept. That means it's a new concept. It's so new that I always like to check statistics and projections. And if you go and look for epigenetic market statistics until 2020, and again, remember, I've been doing this for 13 years now, but up to 2020, there were no projections of how the market was going to grow, how was the market doing previous to that. And after 2020, now we can find that by 2030, I think, I honestly forgot because I was doing this with different numbers yesterday, but I think it's $7 billion projected for 2030 on the epigenetics market. Now, when I started 13 years ago, the concept of epigenetics, that specific name again, was not something that we use. We used to use biohacking. It was the concept. Products that disrupt our our system through our DNA. How to do that? With formulations that will identify the genes that will express in an incorrect way, and how to prevent the expression to go wrong ways. The best example of epigenetics would be this. If I have two twins, right, they are born, I believe, with 50% of the genes of father and 50% of the genes of mother, identical. They have the same identical genetical base. They look the same. They were born the same day. They start growing, and one of them decides to move to Hawaii, and the other one decides to move to China. The one that decides to move to Hawaii, he has a great relationship. He's not stressful. He has good habits, moderate exercise, moderate stress, moderate eating habits. And the one that goes to China, he starts, breathing the air, working 17 hours per day, bad relationships, worry about money, so their system now, even though it was born the same, it starts going in different routes. And the one that is in China, it starts showing those effects of epigenetic influence on his organs, but also his skin, the way he's aging, while the one in Hawaii with a moderate life, he starts aging in a different way. What is the reason? Everything we eat, everything we breathe, everything we feel, what we're exposed to, our level of stress has an impact on our genes. And our genes are consistent, but there is a portion of them, around 2,000. I'm not a scientist. I don't pretend to be. I'm just sharing the information that I've read over the years with you guys. So that portion is the portion that is going to determine how we age and what illnesses, even if they're not being in our family, we're going to be exposed to. So our formulations go directly to our DNA, and they start pretty much rearranging what we do, how we feel, how we aging. So our system is what you see on the screen right now. We have Genomics, Link, and Optiment. These are products that go through different sites, different parts of our organs, everything from our brain, through our gut, through our I forgot my English. Everything that gets on inflammation, and again, our genes. So when we talk about an NRF2 activator, the product in the middle, we are talking about pathways that need to be open to extend the fountain of youth. When we get to our 20s, we start shortening those pathways, and science have found that NRF2 protein, when the pathways are open, can fly, can go through our system, and making sure that that fountain of youth, it keeps creating that protein in our cells. Now, this NRF2 activator, it produces more of the bodyguards of the cells to protect them from free radicals. When we protect our cells from free radicals, we give the opportunity to extend their youth instead of being mutated, right? But that protection stops when we get to our 20s. So our scientists, which are again well worldwide recognized, they have researched over the year the best technologies on NRF2 activators, and we happen to have the best, not because we're introducing it to the market, but because we have the data and the research to prove it against any NRF2 activator in the market. And believe it or not, there are not too many. The scientists are competing with their own research, with their own investigations, and they are the ones bringing to market the newest one against their old ones. Okay, so more than 500 illnesses are related to that mutation, cell mutation that creates oxidation, and younger people in humanity are exposed to those illnesses. So the fact that we get to prevail, that we get to extend the life of that activation, is what minimizes, and it helps the genes to create at the levels of our youth. And again, our youth is only up to the 20s. When we talk about link, we're talking about a technology that concentrates on our second brain, which is our gut, and our gut has 99% of our neurotransmitters. So this is a very interesting science, because everything we drink and everything we eat has an effect on how we feel, how we think, how we react, because 99% of our neurotransmitters are stored in our gut. So the technology that we have, it's the gut and brain connection with prebiotics. So we hear there's a huge market for probiotics, but our product, it's a prebiotic which feeds the probiotic, and is way more potent, and it has that connection that it helps also our immune system to concentrate on the organs that it needs to be concentrated to protect them, instead of our gut. So this product, we have also research, especially of their benefits on the COVID season, because again, it was all about immune system and the status of your organs, right? And it all comes from your DNA and your epigenetic, that is not only from what you have experienced, and also from your ancestors. And the Optimen, it's also a cellular firefighter that minimizes inflammation. So everything related to inflammation, it's also considered a potential illness. We know that. So there's going to be more and more products in the market that are trying to minimize inflammation, or eating habits that could try to minimize inflammation. Now that we know about epigenetics, now that we know this science, it will require a crazy amounts of the right food to try to do what only one pill of our formulations would do. We have a patent pending patent on our encapsulation, that it makes our formulations to be released way faster, and to get to the points that it needs to be related, or having that pathway open. Now, these products individually are great, but we call the trifecta system when we use them, the three of them, okay? We also have a metabolic activator to lose weight and gain energy. It's great to lose weight pretty much. But what I like about this one, it has all the minerals that you need, all the vitamins that you need, not to discompensate your body, while it gives you energy and minimize your appetite. And we also have a skin line. I like to refer to it as Botox pretty much. And if you use Botox, it extends the life of Botox pretty much. And this is our new product. It's called Nitrox Pro. This product, what it does is it creates oxygen in our organs. And if we have oxygen, obviously we minimize oxidation, and it makes our organs to work in a better, more productive way. This is amazing for athletes. I have to tell you, my son absolutely loves it. He is 16. He plays at high level soccer, and he is hooked to this product because he completely saw the difference between before and after taking the product on his performance. Nitrox it's an acid, right? That also helps your muscles. So it's also great for before and after people that lift weights, and it concentrates you. It helps you sleep. All of our products, I think, have that effect. You know, they help us sleep and maintain us in a level of concentration and production. We don't feel what it's happening with our DNA. We just know that based on the science and research that it's working. So those are the products. Now, what is the invitation? What is the opportunity to distribute these products and make a network of distribution within our own business? And we provide the system and the tools and the elements to help you be successful. The company is based in Utah. It's older than 5 years. That means we already we're proven and that worked. And not only that, according to different organizations that monitor our industry, our company is one of the companies that have shown for the last 5 years, and we've been on the market almost 8, a continuously growth. So we invite people to put their time, to put their efforts here, and to maximize the compensation plan that we provide. So I just want to throw this here. And we have advisory board of very well-known people in different industries, either the TV industry or medicals. We have Dr. Joe Maroon. He is the clinical professor and vice chairman of the Department of Neurological Surgery for different universities. I forgot the university that he's very famous for. Pittsburgh University. He actually deals with the neurological side of the NFL. He's part of the members of the NFL, but the Pittsburgh University, the Steelers, for more than 20 years, he's the neuro guy to go to. He has amazing stories, amazing testimonies, and he's pretty much in all of our events right now because he's a very true believer of our science and the timing that we get to distribute this information to the world. We also have Dr. Brett Earl, who specializes on the gut and brain, Dr. Rish Patel, and entrepreneurs on the broadcasting industry. Also Jeff Post. So this will give you a little bit of idea of how important it is of what we're doing. The scientists, that's a completely other presentation or information that Isaac can send you. There's a lot to talk about him. Again, just we're linked with the best in this field, and we have a compensation plan that I want you to review it based on respecting your time. I don't want to go over 30 minutes. So the compensation plan, it's very, very generous. It's the more your network of distribution grows, the more time freedom and financial freedom you're gonna achieve. Our investment in order to be part of Actives is from $200 to $500, so it's very accessible not only for someone that recognize an opportunity in business, but for people that, like myself, didn't have any business background, and understanding that we're not buying air, we're buying all our products to try and to share the information with. So there is two sides of doing the business. You can just consume our products, or you can say this is an opportunity like what I saw and what Isaac saw based on our experience, and join us and we take it from there. I'm sure by now you have a lot of questions, so I just want to keep it very brief and have time to answer your questions.
Can you
And
guys hear me? This is Phil.
we hear you.
Okay, yeah, I'm on a Mac Mini.
Okay,
So,
we hear you
it's the
fine.
first time that, so it's the first time I've actually done a Zoom on my new Mac Mini.
Okay,
So it doesn't exactly function as a laptop, if you will.
well, I'm glad we can hear
No,
you.
I mean, what I love, I've been in numerous MLM, network marketing, direct sales companies.
Okay,
What I really love what Isaac was telling me is that you reach a certain point and you can build another business underneath of that.
Oh, yeah.
Not too many companies actually do that. It's a 1-to-1, so it's not a weighted, you spend $100 and you only get 60 PV or whatever it is that they call it.
It's dollar per point,
They pay out
correct?
over, yeah, they pay out over 50, maybe a little bit more, 50%.
Of the
The
company.
opportunity, yeah. What countries are you in? Mexico, U.S.?
That's a great question. I'm gonna start talking about the U.S. You know, U.S. was our second market, and it's not a market that we have exploded yet. And I think it has to do with the fact that I'm a Latina, and I was one of the first that joined the company. And you know, my first language is Spanish. I have a hard time to deliver my message sometimes in English, like you probably were suffering right now. But so I went to my friends, my family, and you know, we're Latinos, and we expanded pretty quickly to Latin America. And the US, it's pretty much a virgin market right now. And I would love to find a leader with experience that could handle this market because it's the number one market in the world. That being said, Mexico, it's for our company, our strongest and biggest market as well. We distribute also in Peru. We have distribution also in Japan. So the US, Japan, Mexico, Peru. We just opened Ecuador again because being the root and my contacts being Latin Americans too, so we just spread to Latin America like fire. And you know we've been doing business on the side in countries that were not registered, but we have the ability to do business as far as such as Bolivia or Colombia, Argentina. I mean, every country has like a lot of desires to obtain our products, but the main markets that we have right now in Latin America are the Mexico, and I would love to explore the US. Just people don't know the information, so that's why it makes it a great opportunity for people that Isaac is reaching out to.
Okay, is there any plans in the near or far future in opening up other countries?
Yeah, so we are still a small company. So the way the company open markets is identifying leadership in those markets that can sustain the market. So if we have leadership in, I don't know what country are you inclining the question, but let's say Spain or let's say Egypt. If we have leadership in those countries that bring a certain amount of volume, and the company then will put the resources opening those markets. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but it's not about
And
mostly about the production, but the leadership that can sustain the market. I can, you know, we're working with so many markets right now, for people that have been interested, that have experience. I don't want to name them. That could be I'm actually live in YouTube right now. I don't want to name them until maybe we can have a different conversation. But there is right now a lot of markets that are on the move. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess one other question that, actually two other questions. Isaac had mentioned to me that within the back office, when you bring somebody on board, you can choose where you want to place them. Is that correct?
Correct. So we are at a uni level compensation plan. So that means we don't build two legs, and no, we build multiple legs. The more legs you have, the more you access the percentages on the compensation plan, and then you build your business based on you know your vision of what you want to do with it. You also obviously will get a lot of guidance. The way I structure my business, I maximize my future by moving my strongest legs to the fourth business center, what you were referring in the beginning. So, and then I concentrated on my first business center because my fourth business center feeds my third, my second, and my first business center. So by me concentrating on my first business center, I achieved the highest rank in the company. I maximize the compensation plan here, but I also have from the fourth business center more than 1,000,000 points, which $1,000,000. And then when I decide, which is not right now, but when I decide to go and build my fourth, my second, and my third, that would also feed up to the first one. And I will, quadruple what I'm making right now on the first one. So it's as I said, it's very generous compensation plan if you when you make it to the top. But I think the focus of this compensation plan is to create retention, which is very rare in network marketing. So that retention is created by maximizing the compensation plan at the bottom. That means the people that are starting, that means the people that are growing, incentivizing their growth. And then when you get to the highest levels, we the way this compensation plan, believe me, is different than most of the compensation plans that I've studied over the years. It's to everything that the company produces, we earn. So when you're thinking about a country that it's open or will be open, even if you're starting right now, you will capitalize from what we have done in Mexico for the last 7 years, 8 years. You will capitalize from what is produced in the US. You will capitalize from what's happening in Ecuador, Colombia, Peru. Even though you're starting the business, you have to reach 10,000 points, $10,000 in your own organization, and then you pretty much start making money while you're asleep from what we have worked for the last 7 years. The higher your rank, the more money you make from what the company as a whole is making, is producing. And while you go through your own journey of building your business, again, it's not only what you produce but what the company produces. So that culturally and psychologically, as a company, the compensation plan, it creates a different environment, because we are producing for everyone. Does that make sense? So you're earning,
For the most part.
you're earning through the residual income on what you produce, but you also earning through global bonuses from what the company produces, depending on the level that you are. The higher your level, the more money you make. When I talk about compensation from the global bonuses, in my case, since I have the highest rank in the company, it could be like $20,000 to $30,000 on a monthly basis just from what the company produces, plus the residual income, which is what my business produce. At this
So
level,
basically,
where we're only in few countries, so the more the company grow, those bonuses are gonna grow as well.
so the main goal, I guess, first main goal is to get to $10,000 a month.
To get to that global bonus, yeah. And we have a plan, we have a system, and obviously it's a system that works as well for everyone, regardless of the country.
Okay, and when did the market open up in the U.S.?
So we opened Mexico at the end of 2017. We opened the US summer 2018.
2018. Okay. And you may not know the exact answer, but maybe you can shed some light on it. How many, for lack of terminology, distributors would you say are in the United States?
I can tell you this, the distributors that are in the US are Spanish speaking distributors. So,
Interesting.
yes. And remember, the psychology, all of this is where I come from. Um, English speakers, oh gosh, I it's a virgin market. It's a virgin market, and even Spanish speakers, I could say less than 500 here in the U.S.
The 500 was what?
Spanish
English-speaking?
speakers distributors, I will dare to say less than 500, and English
Oh, wow.
speakers
Okay.
less than 100,
You said 100 approximately?
probably less than 100. Also, we have people in America that speak English and they're expanding their business here. But I've noticed most of the people that, even though they speak English, they just continue expanding, the culture and who we are as Spanish speaker network of distributors. So we need leadership. I want in my business, I'm not talking about from the company perspective, but from my business, I think finding an English speaker leader will position that person as a pioneer in a market. And, I know how to do it I got to the highest rank, so I know how to do a little of the business, and I can, concentrate on that person implementing strategies and techniques of what we've done to get to this level. And it's not only me that reached this level. In my organization, I have another 2 people that reached this level in my own business.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for your questions. They were very knowledgeable. And Cynthia, if you have any questions, I would love to help you out.
Yeah, no, I'm just all in, right? It's fine, but it's been very informative. All of this, I'm sure more questions will come about as I take some time to think about all of this. But I guess I was just curious in terms of, the trifecta. You mentioned the product lineup. Do most people that start out, obviously you want to be a product of the product, as they say, right? Do most people that start with all 3 products, or did they just start with the main one, the GNMX, the NRF2 activator? How does that normally work for people getting started in this?
You can start either way. It's what you want out of either your health or your business. It's 2 ways to do this, right? To get involved, you're a consumer, a client of ours, and I want the best for my clients. So I want the best for my clients. I don't want you to miss on 2 products, right? In this case. So I'm going to push for your testimony to be maximized, and that will benefit my business. It will benefit your health, right? If you use the 3 products, your testimony is going to be different than if you use only one. Each product individually, it's amazing, but the 3 of them, the combination, have been created to maximize the effects of each of them individually. As a business standpoint, I would not give my time or my effort, and this is just me personally. I know ASAC has a different approach to it, and I respect that. But if you're gonna create a business based on what I'm telling you, millions of dollars per year, and thousands of people changing their lives, I will only promote the $500 package, because it's a $1 million business. It's not a penny business. So in my case, I just work with people that have the same vision of commitment, of creating, changing lives and creating something bigger than what we have right now. And that the commitment starts from the beginning on a $500 or at least $300 package. You're not buying air, you're buying all the products, you're being a testimony of the testimony. And I value my time a lot. Let's put it that way. And I want to work with people that value my time as well.
So the investment, let me just maybe hammer down on that a bit. You mentioned the 200 to 500 package. Is that a one-time initial investment? Is that a monthly investment, or how does that work?
Great question. It's a one-time investment, and you get the difference between one or the other one is the amount of product that you get. You maximize all the commissions, you have access to all the commissions, it's just the amount of product. With the $500 one, and I think it comes out to 600. I don't have the numbers. I don't sell at this point. But I think with the $570, you're getting 900. No, you're getting $1,200 worth of product. So you're trying all of our products only with 500. With the 200, there's different promotions every single month. So that varies. You get just a portion of our product. At least I do want from people to have their own story with our products, their own testimonies. The testimonies we have are crazy. I don't talk about testimonies because they sound too good to be true. They're crazy. So I want those testimonies. You know what I mean? I want people to experience what others are saying and what differentiated us from a lot of companies that have been trying to do what we do. So at least, yeah, either as a client or as an investor in your own business, to try the 3 products.
Okay. And then monthly, there's obviously a monthly investment as well, and that would be either the 3 main, well, not main, but there's lots of products, right? But obviously the NRF2 activators, you want to continue that because you're not going to see maybe results in 1 month, right, of trying the products. Like, I assume these are all cumulative effects. When you take these products, you're not going to take all in 1 month and say, I'm great now, right? It's going to be, I don't know, maybe it's going to be different for every person, what's going on in their body. 3 to 6 months, would you expect people might start to see result? Does it vary depending on the products and the product mix? Obviously, yes, but maybe you can speak to that a bit more as well. I'm sorry if I'm getting very...
No, I love it. Thank you so much. I love the questions. You'll be crazy surprised of what our products do and the amount of time they do. Like we have one specifically, Optimin, right? That I didn't talk about it, but it minimizes pain, chronic pain, right? Because the encapsulation of our product, it just makes it go directly where it needs to be directed. So that's a product that if we were in my house, I will give it to you. If you tell me my knee, my head, my articulations, my back, anything hurts, I will give you that product immediately, and I will ask you 20 minutes later, how do you feel?
Okay.
Once you understand the science and everything, that you'll be like, okay, that makes sense, right? And as far as the NRF2, as I said, we don't feel our genes, right? We don't feel when the free radical is damaging the cell. We don't feel that part of our system. We only see the effect. And there has been testimonies, and I don't want to say 100%, where people see results very quickly, and especially in Latin America, they tend to our encapsulations are, give me 1 second, our bottles have a suggestion usage. So since these are natural, 100% organic, natural products, you can exceed a little bit the amounts of products, amounts of pills they take. I don't do that. I don't promote it. But I honestly think one of the reasons why these crazy testimonies in Latin America are so jaw-opening, it's because they do tend to increase the doses a little bit, and you do see results pretty quickly. Yeah. If it's a person probably like you and I, you seem pretty healthy. I am pretty healthy. We don't feel the change, right? But when it's someone that has, like a crazy illness, and I don't want to name anything because I'm the US and I'm recording right now, the testimony, it's like, wait, what? How long? And doctors, and they stop taking medicines, and obviously, that's not well appreciated in some economies. So yeah, you'll be surprised. It's not 6 months at all. or 3 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But with any product, if you stop taking it, what happens? You go back after 2 weeks to where you were. So that's where the retention comes in. That's where, sharing more of the science of what we do, and as far as the products that we have, it creates retention, right? And as a business, you said it, we want to be product of the product. I am not only product of the product, I want my kids, my dogs, my family to take it, because at this point, obviously, I know the little tiny small letter of the research of the effects, and I don't skip a day taking them, and I don't give my kids. You cannot find regular medicine in my house for pain or for nothing, since we've been taking for pain, and I fix everything with this product pretty much.
Oh, that's amazing. It's wonderful to hear. I'm curious, do you take any other supplements, and or do these absolve the need of any other? For example, I take a vitamin C, I take a B complex, I take high quality. This is not garbage I take. I spend a lot of time in research on this stuff as well, as Colin will tell you, because we talk about this a lot. I also engage in other modalities, which I believe in, like PEMF therapies and infrared sauna, red light therapy, etc.
I love that. I do as you do. I do everything. I always try to, keep updating. And, it's funny because at some point I was doing the drip, like going once every couple of weeks or once a month to do like all the cocktails of vitamins and everything. And they were promoting NAD. And how horrible it is to take NAD on a drip, and how expensive it is, right? And it's funny because while I was research of NAD, and it's all hype, and I'm sure it's great, but again, it's extremely expensive and painful. It has the side effects of getting into your system, as they would explain it. And the pills, I have never taken pills of NAD, but I went to my company, to the CEOs of my company, and say, hey, is NAD better than we are? And they're like, we got offered to distribute NAD, but it's a lower category of science of the NRF2 activators, and they went and gave it to our competition, another company, and I said, okay, so I only take vitamin D. Also B12, shots of B12, resveratrol, and that's it. Vitamin D and resveratrol. Oh, magnesium. I love magnesium. So those are my things. But I was having this conversation with my kids yesterday, because they're teenagers, and I said, "What are you taking your vitamins? No, are you taking Genomics?" And they're like, oh yeah, I forgot, blah blah blah. And oh yeah, last time I took it was last night. And I said, well, put them in your bathroom in a line. That's what I do in my bathroom. They're in a line. There's my magnesium, and there's my Genomics, and my Link, and my Optimin, and I take it at night. And in the morning, vitamin D, and the resveratrol. So that's the only thing we take. But honestly, you're not gonna find Tylenol in this house, because this is for pain. This is regular every day, but if someone has pain, this is what we take.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious about that, because I usually take bromelain, if you're familiar with bromelain.
No.
But it's pineapple stem extract.
Oh, okay.
It's saved me. Like, I used to, a long time ago, back in the day, I found out how bad ibuprofen was. So this is like a natural alternative to it. And it's natural, and pineapple, unless you have a pineapple allergy. So I've been taking that. So I'm curious about Optimin. I'm going to check out the ingredients on there, because I do have some pain. Even though I look healthy, I have stuff going on. Despite the look of healthiness, I do have some pain and some other issues I'm working on. But I was just curious in terms of what else you take, just to get an idea, because that question would come up. Like, well, I take all these, what is this going to do, or can I still take these supplements, and I'm sure that would be something that would be addressed later on if there were other things that, like, we could find out, like, no, you don't need to take that anymore. If you're taking this, that, you can get rid of your other supplements.
I've never played doctor. That's something that it's been that's like my boundary.
Yeah.
Again, I've been doing this for 13 years, so I have a lot of knowledge. Like even if I don't want to, I have a lot of knowledge on science, product formulations, and all that. The what we handle, right? But my boundary has always been I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one. I don't. You go feel what you need to feel and do your own thing. You know, my job ends on giving the information, and if someone sees what I saw that made a lot of sense of having something completely different and introducing it to market and capitalize from it, if you see that, then we start building a business based on that. But yeah, to me, like a lot of questions over the years. Can a pregnant person take it? Will this cure this? Will this cure that? There is enough research, enough science. I can give you the tools. You go research, and then it's your own journey. I'm just here to show you how to do business.
Of course. Yeah, I didn't get into all the nitty gritty with that, but I was just curious because that's something that, like, I've been researching myself in terms of supplements. I'm always researching. I'm always studying. I'm always figuring out like what I need to do.
It's such a passionate subject. I can completely understand why people, after they seen or experience or seen the testimonies, they just start playing doctor. It's just my own boundary. And I think because, I'm here in the US as well, I'm very respectful of rules and regulations. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to cross any boundaries.
No, I won't. Don't worry.
But thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. We've been here an hour, so I will let you guys go and get in contact with Isaac. He's going to send you pretty much all the information that we talked about. And yeah, I'll be happy to make you guys part of our organization and help you throughout your journey building the business.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, Cynthia. Nice meeting you. Colleen, thank you. Hope we can.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Isaac. Anything else?
No, not for now. It's okay. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank
you
you.
guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sure.